Welcome to your first Earth Science video with Mrs. Lehnert at the High School for Hospitality Management. For this video, you will need your science notebook, your input page for Earth systems, and a pen or a pencil. If you don't have those things, make sure you pause the video now, go get them, and then come back and start the video again. So when we talk about Earth systems, we're really talking about all of the things that involve Earth science. So what is Earth science? Earth science is the knowledge about the Earth and its place in the universe. So right now you should be writing what is in highlighted yellow on your input page next to the word Earth science on that line. If at any point in time this video is going too fast for you and you need to have more time to write something, then just click pause, finish writing what you need to write, and then you can resume the video afterwards. Earth science really includes several different systems, and a system is a group of parts that work together as a whole. So when we talk about Earth science systems, we're going to talk about these different parts of the Earth that kind of are connected to one another, and they work together as one great big system. In a moment, this video is going to pause, and you are going to have to answer a question. Make sure you use your notes to answer the question and type it in the space on your screen. All right. Hopefully you got that question correct. Even if you didn't, that's okay. This is your first time trying this out. You're going to be graded on this video just on completion, not whether or not you're getting these questions correct. Okay. So the different systems that you should know about, the first system that we're going to talk about is the hydrosphere. So the hydrosphere includes all of the water on Earth. It includes the oceans, the lakes, and the groundwater. There's actually water in the ground. It's actually in between the different particles in the ground. And this is important for us to study because it also not only affects the oceans and all of the lakes and the rivers, but it also affects the weather and the climate. That little picture that is in your notes there and on the screen, that is actually the water cycle. So when we talk about the hydrosphere, we're actually also talking about the water cycle. Hydro, you should recognize that. It kind of sounds like hydrate, which is to take in a lot of water. Hydro means water. And the sphere, whenever we say sphere, we're really just talking about that's a part of the Earth, and the Earth is a sphere. It is round. So number 2, our second Earth system is the atmosphere. The atmosphere is a thin layer of gases that surround our planet. And in this picture right here, you can see that the atmosphere is right here. It's this thin layer that is between the Earth and space. So outer space is above, the Earth is down here, and our atmosphere is that thin layer of gases that surrounds our planet. There are different layers in our atmosphere. One of them is called the troposphere, and that's actually where all of our weather occurs. And then one of them is called the stratosphere, and there are a lot of other layers that we're going to talk about. Actually, there are 2 main layers that we're going to talk about this year. And finally, the third Earth system is called the lithosphere. That word litho means rock. And so this is the solid part, or the rocky part of the Earth that is made up of rocks, minerals, and other elements. And this does not include the oceans. So you're coming up on your next question. And again, read the question on the screen as it comes up, and then answer that question, and then you'll continue on with the rest of the video. Okay, there are 2 different types of forces that have changed the Earth's surface throughout its history. One of those is called constructive forces. So these forces shape the Earth's surface by building mountains and other land masses. So this is like a building force. And you can kind of see that in that word, constructive. If you construct something, you're building something, right? So that makes sense. Remember, again, you are recording everything that is highlighted in yellow, and you're recording that on your input page. The second type of force that has changed Earth's surface is a destructive force. And these forces slowly wear away mountains and every other feature on Earth's surface. And you can kind of see that word to destroy. If you destroy something, you're wearing it away, you're breaking it apart. That's destructive forces. So these would be forces like erosion, weathering. Those are forces that tend to wear away mountains, whereas constructive forces are forces that actually build up mountains. Plate tectonics is actually a force that is considered to be constructive because it is something that builds mountains. All right, so now we're going to talk about these different branches of earth science. So in other words, these are different things that people might study, different categories of earth science, so different branches or different categories of earth science. We're going to talk about 5 of them. And these are in the bulleted list on the bottom of your input page. So the first one is geology. Geology is the study of forces that have shaped the earth. So geology is the study of rocks, minerals, mountain building, plate tectonics, erosion, weathering. All of those constructive and deconstructive forces are those forces that we study in geology. The next branch of earth science is called oceanography. Oceanography is the study of everything about the ocean. Obviously, ocean is in the word. So for example, you could be talking about the chemistry of the ocean water, like what kind of minerals are in it. You could be talking about the floor of the ocean. The ocean actually has a floor. If you dive down deep enough through all of the water, eventually you're going to hit rock bottom. That's the floor of the ocean. And it could also include all of the study of the different organisms, fish, whales, dolphins, sharks, all the things that are living in the ocean. The third branch of earth science is called meteorology. This is the study of the atmosphere. So this is where it gets a little confusing, because the word meteorology actually means a weatherman, or it's the study of the weather. So a meteorologist is a weatherman or a weatherwoman, somebody who tells you and studies the weather. Meteors are not things that are studied with the weather. A meteor is actually a rock from outer space that comes through our atmosphere. So meteors, I guess it's kind of related to atmosphere, but sometimes it confuses people. So when I think of meteorology, think of weather. It's the study of the atmosphere and all of the things that are going on in it. Our second to last branch of earth science is called astronomy. Astronomy is the study of the solar system, like planets, the moon, and the stars and the galaxies. So this is everything that has to do with outer space. So outer space, think astronomy. And finally, the last branch of earth science is environmental science, which is the study of the environment and resources. So this is where you would learn about like non-renewable and renewable resources. You would learn about climate and climate change and how those things are impacting the environment. Okay? You have one final question, so don't go anywhere, don't pause the video, keep the video playing to answer your last question, and then make sure you hit enter so that way you can enter your answer for that question.